Hello, Sharks. My name is Joe Altieri from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I am the inventor and owner of FlexScreen. I am asking for $800,000 in exchange for 6% of my company.
Whoa, wow.
Everybody hates window screens. They are next to impossible to install and remove. They block more of your view than you realize. And of course, this happens. And I'm here today to show you a better way. This is FlexScreen, the world's first and only flexible window screen.
That's cool.
Everybody knows the pain associated with removing your window screens. Check this out.
I'll tell you real quick. I don't know the pain because I have almost never removed the screens because they're a pain to take out and put back in.
You can't do that with a regular window screen. And you definitely can't do this with a traditional screen.
Oh. Way to beat it, Joe.
FlexScreen is an industry disruptor and absolutely everything you could want in a window screen. So who wants to join the FlexScreen revolution and help millions of people enjoy their view?
I love it because it is one of those things where it's like there's times where I would like to take it out, and there's situations that would be nice, or even just to pop it open so you could like get like a wire through it for power or cable or something. And it's just such not having a flexible screen creates a bit of a problem. And I'm like, God forbid I break it because I don't want to have to go and get it, take it to the, I guess like the Home Depot or local hardware store to get it re-screened or anything like that. Like, I just absolutely want to stay away from breaking it. But you know what I don't want to stay away from? Having people write comments like this, like Rodolfo saying, damn lucky this episode isn't on Hulu yet. Y'all seem cool, but I don't think people who enjoy Shark Tank enjoy hearing people react to numbers, etc. Well, I appreciate you, Rodolfo. I appreciate everybody watching and commenting these videos, especially now that we've reached 1,000 subscribers just back on July 3rd, which is absolutely incredible, and it's just growing at such a great pace. I'm very happy that so many of you super entrepreneurs join me on this journey. But look, hey, if you don't enjoy it, that's okay. Leave a comment anyway. It still helps the channel, and it's your opinion. And I still appreciate it all the same. And I hope you find a channel that works for you. Anyway, let's get back to see if $800,000 for 6% is too much to swallow for the Sharks.
What is the trim actually made out of, and what is the screen material?
Yes, so the screen material is standard screen material. There's nothing different about the material itself compared to traditional window screens. So this is the technology. It's actually, this is a piece of our frame material.
So it's only the frame that's the difference.
So the inner core of this is high carbon oil tempered spring steel. It's garage door spring material.
Joe, how did you come up with that?
Oh, wow.
So I'm a window guy. For about 20 years, I sold window screens. So window manufacturers have two options. They can buy screens or they can make them themselves. So my job was to go in and convince somebody to let me produce their window screens for them. So I just started, messing around in my garage, trying to come up with something that wouldn't get damaged as easily. My bubblegum and duct tape prototype. And since I was in the industry, showed it off to some people and they went bananas for it. They said, hey, get some patents because somebody's going to rip you off because there hasn't been anything new in the window industry for a very, very long time.
Okay, Joe, I totally agree you're the window guy. I'm sure everybody else up here thinks the same thing, but I'm an investor guy, and you're asking me for $800,000 for 6% imputes a $13.3 million valuation.
Sure.
Well, obviously, we have to get to sales. You better have some. What do you got?
Year one, $400,000 in sales.
Okay.
Year two, $2 million in sales.
Yo, Joe. All right. Yes. Good job, Joe.
$3.5 million.
Yes.
Year four, which is last year, $5.1 million.
I'm liking it.
Wow.
What profit
Yeah.
you make after you paid yourself and everybody else?
So last year, we only cleared up $40,000.
Now, $5.5 million?
Now, here's the thing.
Oh, man.
Sweetie, honey, what happened?
Well, we're reinvesting.
What was your gross margin?
$700,000 last year.
Why isn't what is that,
the
about
problem.
15%?
Roughly.
Why isn't your margin higher? You're a manufacturer. Shouldn't your margin be quite a bit higher?
Well, so we have 4 manufacturing plants, but they're actually licensed manufacturers for this. We don't actually own the plants.
Thank God.
So,
well, you buy from them.
Wait, did I
do buy
hear you're a royalty business?
very similar to a royalty business.
Yippee-yi-yokai,
Yes, I'm speaking your language here.
Break down the numbers for me.
Mark's, let me just go back to Mark's face there.
Yes, I'm
He's like, oh, God. Oh, here comes Kevin.
Speaking your language here.
Break down the numbers for me.
So we buy for roughly $10 from them, and we sell for $11.50.
Oh, man.
This is to the window.
That wasn't a wow good. Why can't you sell for more of a premium? If you're the only one and you dominate this market, why aren't you selling it for $15 instead of $11.50?
Because the window manufacturers can only get so much for a window. The market is absolutely huge.
So what you're saying, people are not willing to pay a premium.
Well, you're not selling to people, though.
I'm selling to the window manufacturers.
Why don't
like
you
I said,
let
that's our
them
core
just do
business.
the manufacturing themselves? And you get
That's an option for us.
Well, of course, it's the only option because you're making no money. You're killing yourself.
it's not.
Joe, here's where I'm disconnected.
All right.
Why can the manufacturer not convey to their customers that this is a better quality product that is easier to maintain, looks better? Why are they not able to sell it for a premium?
One of the issues is that the window manufacturers are not terribly good marketers. So even though we have something,
No, it's not about them being not good marketers. It's on you not being a good enough marketer. So why haven't you been able to get the message out?
Yeah, so that's okay. So Joe, before you answer there, nice name by the way. Okay, I'm gonna take a stab at this, not knowing a whole heck of a lot about the window industry. But when I think of windows, there's a couple of companies that come to mind, and one of them is Andersen, Windows by Andersen. And the reason is because they're making the windows, they are installing the windows. There's a pretty big disconnect there from people buying the windows and who's installing those windows. And that's, I think, where the disconnect actually comes from. Now, I think that if this is a pretty big marketing play for, especially I think rental units, especially like down the shore, where these screens are breaking all the time. The screens are the metal frames breaking, the screens being broken, and it's easier for you to get it in and out. And if there's play there, then it makes it easier for it to maybe not, to when you push on it, instead of the mesh poking through, maybe it gives a better opportunity for the whole thing to just pop right out. Is if I'm understanding it properly. So I think that this is a huge play as far as the amount of revenue versus profit. That's super disappointing that their profit margin is so low. I mean, they are absolutely selling a ton of these things and through 4 manufacturers to be able to do that number of was it 5.1 5.2 million, that's ding that's incredible. But yeah, I think that this is something where the only way you're going to get the premium is either licensing it to them, to the window manufacturers, or going direct to consumer, where again, if I own rental properties, I want these there because it's not about convenience. It's about can I save, especially on those premium rental units, like weekly rentals and things of that nature. Can I save having to go and rescreen constantly because there's no give and it just rips right out. But before we let Joe get back to speaking here and giving some explanation, I want to remind you that if you want to rocket your sales, go over to superjoepardo.com/rocket and get my free PDF guide to rocketing your sales. It includes 5 proven methods I use when I work with business owners and entrepreneurs one-on-one to grow their sales. Again, that's superjoepardo.com/rocket. If you want to get at me, it's down in the comments below, like Rodolfo down here in the comments, or at Super Joe Pardo on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all the social media platforms. It's at Super Joe Pardo. If you're enjoying this video, please smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It does make a difference whether more super entrepreneurs will see these videos. And make sure you get subscribed so you never miss another Biz Coach Reacts video, or upcoming soon, an interview that I'm doing with Joe, or one of the other interviews that I've done with some other businesses that have been on Shark Tank, like Dino Don, the Dino Safe, and Bunch Bikes, with a few more in the tank coming down the pike. So let's see if Joe can get these sharks on board with a plan that makes them feel more confident that they will ever actually get their money back and out of the FlexScreen.
And we have been. I mean, we're going to do 10 million in sales this year.
Okay,
But
so
you're going to make $80,000 on it. That sucks.
No.
I could invest $800 with you, Joe, and die of old age before I ever get it back.
If I stopped everything today, I would make $1 million this year.
What if I said to you, okay, Joe, I'm interested, but all I want to do is take this better mousetrap, better patent, better screen, go to the screen guys and say, I want to license this to you. You're going to manufacture it into your windows and have the advantage of a better screen. I'm really good at negotiating those deals. Do you like that model versus all the crap you're doing now? Because you're spinning your wheels so hard and making no money. Would you go to that model?
Yeah, so to answer your question, absolutely. We've talked to the major manufacturers.
And?
But the fact of the matter is, we had to kind of get out and make a name for ourselves.
So you're saying you couldn't get them to license it from you unless you proved it in the market first?
They want to be very fast followers.
But you have done it. You've now got $5 million through this horrible way of making no money because you're buying it from yourself basically and then reselling it with tiny margins.
So you can sell to the public.
Absolutely. We just started on the internet with our own e-commerce, and we've done no
Are the
marketing.
sizes standard, Joe, so any guy can just order one for his window?
They're all custom made.
Every one is custom
Every
made.
single one is custom.
Wow.
Whoa.
So
Wow,
now you see where some of the things like, oh, you can't just ship them from
why custom
from
made?
New Mexico up to Pittsburgh.
But
You have to be
standard
relatively
size
close.
windows?
Aren't the windows all the standard?
No, the window industry is
Joe,
very custom.
But every
As I have found out when I was trying to get shutters made for the front of our house here, windows apparently it's not like standard sizes between windows and standard sizes. It's all very, very much not a standard thing. But with that said, like I could go and get windows from Home Depot, but I don't know what kind of selection they would have there to make it, to fit, and then to find the right way. It's kind of like a refrigerator where it's like once you've designated a certain space in the in the layout for the kitchen for that size refrigerator, you hope that you can get another refrigerator of that same size later on down the pike, because otherwise you're either putting something that's just slightly too big sticking out or slightly too small and undersized for what your needs are.
customer has to be custom made?
Yeah, but I go into Lowe's and there's screens all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, if a traditional screen doesn't need to be custom made, why do yours?
They do. Again, if you buy a window at Lowe's, they might have the replacement screens at Lowe's, but for the most part, if you need...
But they're all different sizes.
They're all different sizes.
That's just crazy to me. You have a better product. Each
amazing.
one is custom made, and you only have 15% margins. I mean, if I invested, I'd be like, crush that. We're going to 100% plus margins. I don't care if I sell 10% as much, but I'm going to make a whole lot more money.
We want volume. We want to be the every screen out there on these windows.
No,
Every
you
window
want to
that
be
goes
the
out.
premium screen.
Because in the next couple years, as it becomes the standard in the industry, I can charge whatever I want.
But Joe, you can't. You can't.
No, I see where you're trying to go, Joe.
Yeah, that's a great idea as long as you have the money to fund it, right? And bless you, ding ding, you got the sales, you're getting there, right? And you're making it, you're putting a dent in the, I don't know what the window industry dollar figure is, but you're putting a dent in the window universe. And I think that I think that if you're gonna go like custom's fine, right? Like if I go on your website, and which we will stick around, we will be going to Joe's website here, the FlexScreen website, at the end of this video. But if I could just go in and I can customize the size and like, okay, it's gonna take a week or two. I think what I think is really incredible about all this is that if with everything being so customized, that they've been able to do this level of business in such a short amount of time, but just in general, like, because you're constantly taking a different size and setting it and doing a one-off for each one of them. That's incredible. That's incredible to be able to scale it up to even this size, which is probably still small potatoes in the window universe, market share. So, hats off there.
I have to assume that you went to the manufacturers and tried to sell it for more. And the manufacturer said to you, our consumers don't care. They said, this is great. It's a premium product.
It solves a lot
I'm
of
not
problems
willing
for
to pay
them.
more.
Not a lot more.
I'm out.
Joe, I would like to give you an offer.
Wow.
But I want to tell you, I replace the screens in my beach house every third year. Those damn mosquitoes find a way of getting in, okay? I am in the habit of ordering screens, and I notice when I have the catalog, because I keep it now, there are certain screen sizes, but the great majority of the sales are roughly 12 different screen sizes, from what I could see. So my offer is independent of what you're doing right now. I'll give you $400,000 in cash, $400,000 in credit to be used to manufacture standard sizes, and I want to take 50% of the right to sell it online and in stores. I think this is a huge profit maker, but you just went down the wrong road to begin with.
Your go-to-market strategy was awful.
Yeah, like 50% of the equity in this other company, all right?
What other company?
The other company to manufacture and produce consumer goods in standard sizes to be sold. That's it. You keep doing your deal with the other guys.
That's how much she hates your business model.
Honestly, Joe, I think she's right.
I'll make you an offer. I'm going to take you to the #1 window manufacturer. I want to take this better mousetrap, get them to use it on every window, which I don't think you've really tried to do yet. I'll give you $800,000. I want 20% of the business, straight equity, but I only want to work with one big manufacturer. I don't want to do all the rest of this crap.
You got 2 offers already. 1 shark's out, 2 are thinking.
Another one's coming.
Uh-oh.
The
One shark is out.
Well,
his flexible window screen
20%. I mean, 20% is tough, but I think that at least Kevin's making it so that he could get his money back out of the deal, and utilize, leverage his relationships, if you will. I think that. I think Kevin actually, maybe if you could get him down to a little bit lower on the percentage there, as he would probably usually say, oh, that's so greedy, to any other shark that would offer, to take 20% at that point. I think that leveraging Kevin's Mr. Wonderful wedding lineup, right? You have all these newlyweds. They go and they presumptuously. I mean, this is pre-COVID, obviously, but they go and buy a house after they get married, or at some point after they get married, they buy a fixer-upper, and they need new windows because they got those drafty windows. So like, let's kind of get that whole cycle going, right? And push people into the window game.
FlexScreen, but Lori is
Manufacturers, and I like selling to the consumer. So I would give you $400,000 up front. Then I give you $400,000 as a line of credit. I'm going to do it at 3-year, 6%.
That's the interest.
The interest,
Wow.
right, on the loan. I'm going to want still 10% equity stake in the company, and I'll tell you why. I can help you to get that to fit into other windows all over and make it more standard, so that then you can be more successful when you go into retail at Lowe's and
That's a
Home
great
Depot.
offer.
And
Wow.
I have been heavily in the hardware space. A lot of my entrepreneurs are in the hardware space, and I think that we could really do something great with this, because I think you need to be to the consumer and to the
Joe, you were looking
window
for
makers.
6%. She only wants 10%. This is a great offer.
Lori's in a very happy mood.
I mean, the only thing there is he wanted $800,000 for the 6%, the $400,000 line of credit, 3-year 6%, very fair, or loan, is very, very fair, very, very much fair. I think it just depends on if he actually needs the money. Does he really need the money? Like, what is he just planning on blowing up the retail side with it? Like, it depends on what he's looking to do with it, because he might not actually need the $400,000 loan, the extra $400,000. Let's see.
Okay, I'll make it a little more interesting.
He also hasn't said that he owns 100% of the company, which I'm guessing he does, since it hasn't been brought up. But
For you, I'll loan you the entire $800,000. Okay, I'm going to charge you 9% on it. I'm going to take 6% equity in the company. It's venture debt, and then I won't put any covenants on you, but I'll guide your team in terms of how to make more money, because I know how to fix this problem.
Mark, are you in or out?
I think, what these guys have said is right. You need to be able to use your factories better. I'm not the window guy, even though I like to help everybody from Pittsburgh, but for those reasons, I'm out.
oh, come on, Mark could have made a phone call.
The window of opportunity is closing. Take one.
The simplest deal is mine, because it doesn't have any contingencies. The business fails, I get wiped out. Let's be clear.
And the smartest deal is mine, because it will make you the most.
Complicated, Barbara.
It's not
I don't
complicated
understand.
at all.
Truthfully, I mean, I appreciate all the offers. I'm leaning towards, no offense, Mr. Wonderful, It's one of the beautiful ladies.
Why don't
here.
you pick the prettiest girl? I'm right here. Why don't you offer Lori the side of the business that's the clunker, where you have 500 making
I don't
money?
see that
She's
side of your
excited,
business as a
okay?
clunker.
I like my side of the business. I like the window manufacturer. So, having a separate retail company.
Interesting.
I'm actually leaning towards that.
And I'll tell you something else.
See, I if I was him, I would. I feel like I would want to work with Lori here. I think Lori's offer is pretty good, assuming that again he needs the 400,000. Barbara's offer, 50% of the online sales, and then he doesn't have to worry about it. She can definitely hold her own and take care of that side of it. Lori, put it right on QVC and sell out in a heartbeat, and get it right into Home Depot. Have that Home Depot Lowe's connection.
My younger brother Marty
it's
Joe
tough.
in Oregon is in your business.
Really?
He's a huge hit.
Guess
And
what, Joe?
he's looking to do something else.
I'll do that same deal.
You can't get my brother Marty, Lori.
No. I can't get Marty, but I'll do the same deal.
Would either one of you be willing to up the cash versus the line of credit to sweeten the pot?
No.
What are you going to do?
I do think that you have the better connections with the hardware space, and I'd love to partner up with you on that deal.
Wow. Well, that's not only losing a deal, but watching somebody steal your idea and lose the deal. Sorry,
sorry.
Barb. That's all right.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you guys very much.
That's
It's
awesome.
going to change everything about our company, and partnering with Lori is going to be fantastic. Just so excited. I can't even contain myself.
Ooh, Barbara's giving me the evil stare.
Lori, it wasn't fair. You played dirty, and I don't like it. But I'm a lot prettier than you, so I'm going to get over it.
Well, let's leave that at that and go check out their website here. So FlexScreen takes you right to the world's first and only flexible window screen. I love how thin that border is. It makes me feel like it's going to work out really well. So let's see. I'm a homeowner or I'm a dealer manufacturer. So let's go check out the homeowner. Is this the homeowner? Customers hate your screens. We fixed that. Yeah, I definitely do generally hate the screens. I God forbid one of them breaks. When the kids push on them outside, I'm like, oh, please don't touch it. We don't need it to be touched. Here's all the different the different manufacturer locations. I don't know why they have maps there, because Jigger's Pub in Pittsburgh, they're the ones manufacturing it, or the Rockwood Area Historical Museum in Detroit. That's a odd choice there, but let's open up their Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. Oh, Joe has his own website too. All right. Let's go over here to the people. So buy now and measure later. How do I buy now and measure later? Free shipping up to 4+ screens, or four 4+ screens. Free measuring tool. All standard mesh screens, only $59.95 for any size. Additional 10% discount if you get 6+ screens. So wow, that is quite expensive. They have a solar version, a tough version for pets, a clean version, Flex View, which I guess has maybe bigger holes so you could see through it easier, and then the standard. Is it bigger holes or small? It's a thinner mesh. Okay, well and this is just for one. Wow, so yeah, screens are quite expensive. So they have the Flex Tenna. Measuring tool comes free with every order during checkout with prompted for Flex Tenna to chart for free. So this is what it almost looks like a pointer, like an old school chart pointer. Replacement rate 1 per 3,300 units. So there you go, 60+ reviews. This is awesome. So let's check out Joe's Facebook there. Oh, happy 4th of July, Joe. Not as big a following on Instagram. Looks like Facebook might be his big connection to people there. Or no, I was sorry, that was Twitter. Instagram, yeah, Instagram definitely is better. Lessons from the Tank. So he's doing some other interviews. He's doing a great job. I'm really looking forward to having him on the show here. So look forward to that interview in a couple of weeks. I will. That's his own show, Lessons from the Tank. Okay, cool. That's a ding ding. Awesome. Love to see podcasts and content creation being put out there. Joe is doing some big things, and like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing him later today to interview him and talk about his Shark Tank experience. And talk about FlexScreen and go from there. So if you've enjoyed this video, please feel free to smash that like button into oblivion so more super entrepreneurs like yourself can watch it and get it in their daily watch time that they're watching YouTube. Make sure you get subscribed so you never miss another Biz Coach Reacts video or one of my interviews with businesses that have been on there, like will be Joe, but maybe in about a week from now or so. So look forward to that coming down the pike. And if you have enjoyed this, please feel free to tell somebody about it. Tell somebody that you know will get something out of these videos. I enjoy putting them together. I'm loving the community and everybody that's commenting down below. It's so great to have you all here and come along for this journey and learn together. So I will see you all in the next video. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.